If you own a 2022 Jayco Eagle 317 RLOK fifth wheel, you might be towing a dangerous shock hazard and not even know it. Imagine reaching out to touch an outlet or a kitchen appliance inside your rig only to get hit with a live electrical charge. That would really be bad.
This is not a hypothetical scenario. It is a verified safety hazard documented by the federal regulators inside specific 2022 Jayco Eagle fifth wheels.
Today, we are conducting a complete forensic audit on one specific floor plan, the 2022 Jayco Eagle 317 RLOK. This recall affects tight batch of units, and the NHTSA confirms the hazard details after investigating manufacturer defects at the factory.
In this video, we will show you exactly how to check if your specific trailer is affected, understand the hidden risks that could fall on the road, and get the fix done without paying a single dime out of your pocket.
By the end of this video, you will know the exact risk pattern for this model family and see the final grade this rig earns on our RV Watchdog report card.
Keep in mind, this RV Watchdog grade is our investigative opinion based on public records and inspection data, not a legal or engineering determination. All grades are based on the data available on the day we record. The formulas are right there on your screen, but let's talk plain English about what is actually failing.
Let's start with the heavy stuff, the federal safety recalls. Our forensic scan uncovered 2 active federal safety campaigns for this model year. Our first file is the NHTSA campaign number 22V054. Tracked internally under the Jayco reference number is 9901574.
The manufacturer's notice states an ungrounded metallic electrical box can pose an undue risk of shock or electrocution if the box would become energized, increasing the risk of injury.
In plain English, if an uninsulated wire faults against an interior of that ungrounded metal junction box, the entire metal casing becomes live. If you touch it, you become the path to the ground.
Ah! Well, that worked.
The factory defect report shows that these boxes simply missed proper grounding at the factory assembly line.
You get into a routine, miss that one thing, and
Ground wire, yeah.
Shops must install a bare copper grounding conductor to the metal box using a listed green ground screw or grounding clip. The repair takes about 30 minutes and is completely free. But here's the catch. This specific electrical recall was restricted to a very tight batch of just 52 units across the Eagle line.
Right, and that means a significant portion of the 2022 production skipped this specific defect entirely. Our grading punishes any fire issues, crashes, brake concerns, and steering recalls harder than paperwork defects, even if the smaller stuff touches more rigs. If we find even one fire risk or crash type safety recall, we cap that category score. We won't go above the C for that section until the VIN shows that recall as closed.
That's our house rule at the RV Watchdog. With an electrocution risk on the books, Category 1 takes a hit, but the small population keeps it from bottoming out. But we are not done. Our secondary search uncovered a much vaster safety campaign that overlaps with this rig, depending entirely on your build date.
This is NHTSA campaign number 22V-571, targeting Lippert awning fabric seam separation. This campaign is huge, covering 11,532 units across the RV industry. The data shows that the welded seam at the awning fabric to coach connection can actually separate.
If it fails, the awning fabric can slide out of the coach rail completely during transit. That causes the arm assembly to drop and extend unexpectedly while you are driving down the highway at 65 miles per hour.
This recall applies directly to the 2022 awnings manufactured between January 17th, 2022 and June 28th of 2022. If your 317 RLOK was built in that window, it is a primary candidate for this hazard. Certified shops must inspect the awning's manufacturing variant tag and apply specialized adhesive or replace the fabric completely.
Now we look at what the factory knew enough to write down in historical patterns. You need to be aware of the past supplier issues so you can double-check your rig's components. Bulletins and historical tracking do not mean your RV will fail. They are proof of what the factory knew, when they knew it, and how often they had to track a component problem. Because early run 2022 models were assembled right on the heels of this supply chain transition, a thorough audit means looking at your actual regulator component to ensure no old stock, date-coded materials made their way onto your early build.
Very important to do.
Treat it as a smart precautionary checkpoint.
Last bucket is lawsuits and accountability. We don't grade how popular a brand is. The category only measures how far the document defects escalated legally and how the manufacturer responds in a public records. No lawsuit doesn't mean no problems. It just means we don't have a court filing for this specific defect pattern as of yet. And a quick fairness note, a bad grade on one model doesn't mean every product from that brand is trash.
Right. Some of their floor plans and years get A ratings from us. This specific one faces a few more hurdles to receive a higher grade. Let's look at the final report card breakdown for the 2022 Jayco Eagle 317 RLOK.
With a severe but ultra-low population electrical recall and a high population awning recall, this rig locks in a solid B-.
If you already own this rig, this isn't about panic. This is about documentation and smart next steps. Without your exact 17-digit VIN, nobody can honestly say whether your RV is in or out of a recall batch. And we always say in our videos, we can only tell you the risk pattern for the broader model family.
Take your unique 17-digit VIN stamped on your pin box entry door label or the outside of your rig and run it directly through the official lookup tool at the NHTSA.gov website. If nothing shows up under your VIN in the NHT database, that means no open safety recall today. It does not guarantee your trailer will never have a campaign. It just means anything tied to your VIN is either closed or not listed as an open safety action. If you're buying used and this recall shows as closed, do not assume that it was ever fixed. Ask for the repair invoice or campaign paperwork showing this exact VIN was repaired while the recall was open.
If your VIN shows an open safety recall, pause the deal until that repair is completed and documented. Any certified Jayco shop is federally mandated to perform the inspection and repair at zero cost to you if the recall is still showing open.
And here's the other thing I always say. If the salesman says, well, just buy it now and bring it back and we'll repair it. No.
Don't do it.
Don't do it. Have them repair it before you buy it, because once that rig is out of the shop, good luck.
I know you get excited about buying it, but you just got to stand strong.
And then now you're fighting them to get it repaired.
So here's what we want you to do. Check your VIN tonight at NHTSA.gov. It takes 30 seconds. So your next trip will be that much safer.
Because it doesn't matter if you own it, you should be doing it. And if you're looking at buying it, get the VIN off the thing and check it before you purchase it.
Correct. Click that next video on your screen right now and let's find out if your brand gets an A grade or an F. We'll see you over there.
Bye now.